Hey, what's cracking? This is Darren, Phat-Man McDuffie, helping you become perfectly healthy and toned, brought to you by I'mThePhatMan.com. Now, for those of you out there who might be considering eating a gluten-free diet, this video is going to be very important for you because I want you to stick around. For those of you who might not be considering, this video again will be important to you because you might want to consider going on a gluten-free diet. So this video came as a result of a Facebook post. I was actually trolling through Facebook and I saw a thread, and on that thread this guy was ranting and raving about the fact that he's so tired of being everybody trying to go gluten-free, that it's just a fad. And also he said that a lot of these things that are happening to our bodies are all in our head. So I want to address these things first of all, and it really upset me. I didn't comment on the Facebook post, but I pulled this video off because I wanted to specifically make a video about this. So for those 2 points, when things are all in your head, those of you who have followed my videos and know my background, I'm a former pharmaceutical rep. My mom died of breast cancer in 2005. Matter of fact, the day after Thanksgiving. And these things kind of strike a chord with me. I also host the radio show, and on my radio show, I've heard this story time and time again where people come on the radio show and they got into health because they couldn't find a specialist or someone who could get to the root cause of what was going on with them. They kept getting treated for symptoms and symptoms and symptoms, and no one ever really got to the root cause. So therefore, they were on all these medications. And, you know, I had specific references from people where they said they were going to the doctor and the doctor said this was all in their head. And it wasn't until years later when they kept studying and researching on different type of ailments, they came across specific things that pertain to them, and they were able to get to the root cause of those things, and those things went away. So for that gentleman on Facebook, there is nothing in people's heads. We have this thing that we think that disease just pulls out of thin air, and that's not necessarily so. There is something that's causing disease. Back when I started doing my research or just my whole journey with this health and wellness thing, I came across a quote by Hippocrates, and I always quote this from him. He says, "Let thy food be thy medicine, and let thy medicine be thy food." Food can be our source of wellness, or it can be our quickest source of poison. And for a lot of people out there, we're being poisoned on a daily basis, not only from toxins, but from the stuff that we're eating. I did a video on food sensitivities. You can go into that and check out that video as well, and getting into food sensitivities, which is what we're really talking about, but specifically more so talking about gluten. So for that gentleman who made this comment, I think that that's really ignorant. I think that we have people out there who are uneducated and they're thinking that everything is a fad when it's really not. A fad to me was like when my sister wanted a Cabbage Patch doll when she was a kid. And now you don't see Cabbage Patch dolls anymore. You have, I used to play with a toy called Stretch Armstrong. You don't see those anymore. But that was a fad. Atari was a fad. Everybody had to have one. And then now they're no longer on the market. And now you have these other things that have replaced them. But those are what I consider fads. Also, you have fad diets. So you have the grapefruit diet. These are all things that people jump on just to lose a couple of quick pounds, and they never really realize that they're not going to use this as a long-term strategy to maintain an ideal weight. And those are what are fads to be. Now, what's not a fad is educating yourself on what's going on. For those of you out there who know that gluten has been hybridized and our bodies just cannot take it anymore. You have a lot of people out there who don't realize that just by getting off of gluten, they're able to lose additional weight. They're able to knock out autoimmune diseases. For me, specifically, I'll just tell the story of how I was able to knock out arthritis in both of my knees, which I thought was just attributed to playing basketball for a number of years. And when I got off gluten, I realized that gluten was attacking my joints. And I made that decision to eat gluten-free. So I'm very upset by this ignorance, because I think that it's not teaching us to be wary of what we're eating. And a lot of people are just victims of food. A lot of people are victims of accumulation. They've done the same things over and over and over again. They've eaten the same things their parents eaten, have eaten, and then they develop the same conditions that their parents eat, and then they say, okay, well, this is in my family. It doesn't have to be that way. If you change your eating habits, then what will happen is you realize that it's not in your family. You might have that gene that turns on a certain specific condition, but if you're able to turn it off through what you're eating, then you realize that it doesn't have to run in your family. And again, it all reverts back to eating proper and eating healthy. And a lot of people aren't doing that. And I think we fall to all of this ignorance out here that people are on Facebook chanting, ranting, and raving about different things, and they have no idea what's going on. So if you want to get on a gluten-free diet and you think it's just a fad, go ahead, by all means, do it, because you're going to feel healthier. You're going to feel better, because 9 times out of 10, most people can't handle gluten anyway, and a lot of people don't even know that they can feel better because they're used to feeling like crap every day, so they're eating the same things over and over again, and then when they just pull something out like gluten from their diet, they feel so much better. They realize that a lot of these diseases and a lot of these things are going away. But yet again, you have people that are out there that are just think that everything is just a fad, and it's not a fad. When you educate yourself in the ways of food, it will never be a fad, because you're smarter and you know what you're doing when it comes to eating. And a lot of people are unconscious eaters. They don't realize that they are digging their own graves by eating things that are processed on a daily basis. And most of our diets, face it, are processed. Many people are eating things out boxes, cans, and things of that nature all the time, going to fast food places. And they think that over the course of years, this stuff will not do anything to them. So as you can see, I'm very passionate about this subject, and if you want to go on a gluten-free diet, please do so. It will benefit you in the end. And to that gentleman that said that on Facebook, please get yourself educated and realize that things aren't fad diets, and also realize that there are people out there who are suffering from diseases that are, again, going from doctor to doctor, trying to find something that will work for them. And they're going to a doctor, and the doctor's telling them that it's all in their head. Meanwhile, you have people out of here that are working with different people from a functional medicine standpoint, from a functional diagnostic nutrition standpoint, who are able to help these people where a medical doctor told them that these things were all in their head. So again, I hope you learned something from this video. Please leave me some comments. If you're one of those people who have gone to a doctor and the doctor said that was all in your head, leave me some comments about that. Or if you're someone that's researched a particular condition and you were able to reverse that by eating better, leave me some comments as well. Also, connect with me on Facebook at I'm the Phat-Man. You can also connect with me on Twitter at _Phat-Man. And don't forget to tune into my radio show, Phat-Man Radio Show, and you can get the latest in health and wellness news there. So again, this has been Darren Phat-Man McDuffie, helping you become perfectly healthy and toned, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks.